You kind of mentioned it a little bit there. One commissioner, three commissioners. Any feelings on what's best?
I keep it like it is, and the reason for that is that, again, I refer back to when I was walking in the county, June, July, and August. I spent 3 months literally walking from the Indiana-Ohio border to Fort Wayne, Indiana, talking to every farmer, every small business person, every retired person, from Hoagland, from Jackson Township by Woodburn to Monroeville down the south to Jefferson Township, and every single township. I met 1,800 to 2,000 people face to face, bottom line. To a man and a woman, they like to keep it like it is. Why? Because the county council folks are not as accessible on a day-to-day basis because it's a part-time position as the commissioners are. So over the years, over the decades, not just years, over the decades, various folks in various townships have developed relationships with one of the three commissioners to take care of their needs in their part of Allen County, be it roads in Jackson Township, be it dealing with issues of farmers in Jefferson Township, or in Madison Township. It might be a combination of the two, because Hoagland is not an incorporated place, it's an unincorporated town. So they have a rather unique style of government there. But they have a very close relationship with, I believe, Linda Bloom. Oh yeah, they do have one. Linda Bloom, she's been down there for many times. They know if they need to have a problem dealing with their part of their neck of the woods in Allen County, they call Linda Bloom. Or you can't necessarily get in touch with all the county council folks, although when I get elected, they'll have access 24/7. So my point is that they are comfortable with the system as it is now. Once again, if it's going to be a change, you want to be a change in terms of referendum, everybody votes up or down on it. But to have it mandated from the state of Indiana or among ourselves, no.
Okay. Casino, good idea, bad idea for Allen County?
Bad idea. Yeah.
Any particular reason pops out in mind?
The negative consequences, i.e., I said I went to school out in Washington, D.C. Back in the 70s, there weren't many casinos per se, but obviously Atlantic City was not too far away, up in New Jersey. You see the glitz and the glamour on TV, but the day-to-day lives of the folks who live in Atlantic City, who work in Atlantic City, in terms of their standard of living, this is back in the 70s, their standard of living was pretty rough. You had the side effects of violence in terms of drugs, in terms of gambling. The upside to me is not as high as the downside, so I'm against it.
Okay. 200 East Berry, Renaissance Square. Is it a good idea for county to look at maybe taking up part of that building?
Yeah, well, it seems like it's a done deal. I have to say so in that.
Is it something that you would have maybe fought a little bit harder against?
Yeah, it's a lot of taxpayer money. I mean, my understanding is, I don't know what I read in the newspapers, is that they're spending upwards of $5 to $7 million just on furnishings. And to me, coming from Fort Wayne and Allen County, that's still big money. It's a lot of money. So I think we could have done better than that.
Okay. A couple of years ago, the county council said, you know what, we need to have other government entities inside Allen County help pay for bridges for the maintenance, and kind of created some controversy there for a while with Fort Wayne, City of Fort Wayne. But do you think that it was a good idea for them to ask for help on the bridges?
Well, it never hurts to ask. And there has been, and there is cooperation between the city and the county. It was back when I was with Moses' administration and with the Helmke administration, so it's nothing unusual in that respect. Mm-hmm. It's just a matter of what the mix is and what the projects are.
Let's say that November rolls around, you're successful in your bid. What do you hope to accomplish?
Well, the things I've been campaigning on, number one, to maintain the township's trustee offices as they are. If the people in Allen County want to change it, then they have a referendum on it, up or down, which I'm more than willing to lead the charge on, lead the attack on, if you will, to make sure that happens. But I do not believe in this one county executive deal. I do not believe in consolidation of the township trustee offices. not political, it's personal. I was there, and I know what worked, and more importantly, I know what didn't work, and it takes time for that. Second thing is, again, Maple Crest Thruway. It's going to be a boom for Southeast Allen County. It's not going to happen overnight, but I will be putting a major amount of my personal time as a councilman, for sure, laying the groundwork for that to happen for Southeast Allen County. Not just Allen County itself, but also Northwest Ohio and the counties to the south of us, Wells and the rest of them over that way, because it can become a regional economic development issue with all of us in that part of Allen County. So that's going to be a major project there. Third was the school system, for sure. You get a lot of questions on the school system. I am in the school system, have been for 15 years on and off. I work for Fort Wayne Community Schools now, but I've been in East Allen County Schools, working with them for 10 years. And I even worked in Region 8, which covers all the schools in Northeast Indiana. I've been doing that on and off for a lot of years, still a registered substitute teacher. So I have a lot of experience and a lot of knowledge intimately with the schools within the communities of those places around Northeast Indiana, not just Allen County. I know how important they are, how they're integral, really, to a community, i.e. Monroeville Elementary to Monroeville, very important. But I also realized that because of the money situation, and at least in case of East Allen County Schools, it seems like to be more capacity than we have students at this time. As a result, again, of the harvester leaving, because the International Harvester provide primarily the major tax foundation, the tax revenue for East Allen County Schools. And when you lose 10,000 jobs, not just the buildings, but the people and the income and all that goes along with it, that's an awful big hole to come out of if you ever have. And Southeast Allen County essentially has not been able to come out of that hole, even now. So that's going to be a major point personally and politically with me, make sure that the programs are working in Southeast Allen County. The underperforming schools that are in my district, both in East Allen County Schools and Fort Wayne Community Schools, will be a major priority of mine to make sure that they have the funds, not public funds, private funds, for the at-risk programs that they're running now to help as many kids as necessary. And they all need help, for sure. But we can't leave any kid behind in this particular case, because they're part of my retirement, part of your retirement, and folks watching is part of our retirement. They have to be prepared. And we have no kids to throw away, I put it like that. So those programs I'm going to be intimately involved with, because I already am. I run a club called the Black College Club, which helps kids who are interested in attending historically Black colleges and universities get into those schools. I've been doing it now, I'm going on 14 years, take them and visited schools around the country. Been very successful. About 80 kids from Fort Wayne are now in those colleges who probably would not have been, or probably not even gone to school. So I'm there with them on that. So those are the things, those are the issues primarily that I'm really looking into. Economic development, preservation of the township system until we have a referendum on it one way or the other to find out how the public really feels about it, in education.
Okay. Anything else you'd like to add?
No, I think I talked enough.
Well, Kevin, it's been a pleasure. Appreciate your time, and we wish you well in November.
Thank you. Thanks for making time for me.
Thank you.